being recorded.
Awesome.
Oh,
And
yeah.
hello to everyone on the chat. I love the community going on here, that so many people chiming in where they're based. If you have not already and you're on the webinar, throw in the chat where you're from.
Yeah.
It's just fun to see where people are tuning in from. Jennifer from Destin, Florida. Sounds lovely. Lovely there on the Gulf Shore. Maureen from
New
North
Jersey.
Carolina. Tasha, there you go. Abdullah Ibrahim from Dubai. That's amazing. Sudhir. Hello, Sudhir. Sudhir and I have been chatting on email the last few days. He's tuning in from India.
There's another Omaha.
Another Omaha.
Cami. Oh my goodness.
Awesome.
Man, Cami, you could have been You could have been live, to watch this go down in person.
We'll just start having guests come into the office to do the webinar with us. That'd be fun.
That is awesome. Oh man, welcome everyone from all over in Oslo. Nice.
There you go.
Oh, we are so thankful. Yeah. We're so thankful for all of you joining us because I know it's a Friday, so we don't usually do webinars on Fridays. So we didn't really know what to expect. We're like, oh, it's going to be a lot of fun regardless. So we're really excited. And I know for some people, it's Saturday already. Steamboat Springs, Colorado, Austin. Oh, so awesome. But so exciting. And just want to thank all of you again for being here. And we're so excited for another Academy webinar. And this one's really fun. We really enjoy when Scott and I just get to banter and share things. And so this is one of those. We
just like talking, just talk.
Yeah, for sure. And so it's, so these are just really fun. They're just quick, short, informative webinars. So again, really excited for you all to be here. But if there's any new people joining us here today, welcome to Travefy Academy. And to introduce myself, I am Stephanie Gries, and I am Marketing and Education Coordinator here at Travefy. And then we have Scott Rutz from the sales and marketing team, but also a Travefy founding team member. So he's been here. Oh, yeah. He has some stories to tell.
Oh, I have some stories. This is slightly bittersweet. This is my last webinar for 2 weeks, and then I'm checking out. So Travefy, I'm going to brag on Travefy, our company, because David and Chris, our co-founders, put together some really fun perks as a company working in the travel industry that every 5 years, so Stephanie is in the process of this as well, every 5 years that you're part of the company, you get 2 weeks vacation. We call it a sabbatical. You get 2 weeks vacation and some money towards a trip, but you have to book it, obviously, through a travel advisor or tour operator to support the industry, which I did. I booked it through a colleague of ours, Eric Sternberg, out in Napa and stuff. And so we're doing a fun trip with that. But I am going to miss my Travefy family for 2 weeks and unplug and all of that stuff. So this is kind of a fun webinar before I peace out for a couple of weeks. So this is fun.
Yeah, I was really nervous for a second. I was like, wait a minute, what's happening? But then I was like, oh, okay.
You're like, is he making an announcement?
No, I need you.
No surprise announcements.
Yeah, and we'll just have one webinar without Scott. So everybody, it's okay. It is going to be sad, but there'll just be one and then he'll be back in action.
Oh yeah.
It'll be good. But we are excited to hear about all the wine tastings that Scott goes through.
Yeah. And big shout out to my friend, Eric Sternberg. I don't know if he's on the webinar today, but fabulous itinerary, fabulous experience. We're really looking forward to it. He put together a great one for us.
Yeah. And Travefy itinerary. Beautiful. Always nice to have.
Definitely.
We love that. And on that note, actually, good note to say. So Travefy, obviously, software tool for travel advisors to create beautifully branded itineraries, proposals, also have a slew of other products like Simple CRM. But Travefy Academy doesn't focus on Travefy, but a little hint, you will see a little bit of Travefy today because I just couldn't resist it. But I won't get ahead of myself. You'll see later on. But Travefy Academy, if for anyone, this is your first time joining us, what Travefy Academy is just a free educational resource for travel advisors. So that's pretty much what we do is we just have industry experts, not calling us that because we're just putting together a webinar and giving you ideas for things. But we have lots of great things and a little plug here. You're going to be the first to hear sales workshop next month. 3 days of webinars. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so awesome. So
Stephanie, I'm going to brag on Stephanie. She's been cooking up some good stuff for you guys. So a whole lot of fun content and education and inspiration coming in October. Sales workshop.
Oh, it's going to be so exciting. It'll be so cool. And Scott has a big hand in that too, so can't take all the credit. But, and if for any of you who saw it last year. You can take the credit.
It's okay.
Well, I mean, might as well, like free credit. Okay. But yeah, so watch out for that. So that'll be really cool. But what this webinar is going to do, this is going to be our last webinar until sales workshop. So this one's going to be really actionable. So this one's going to be great because it is designed, again, be quick and actionable. But we thought, with the wave of travel coming in 2022 and beyond, because at some point, life will resume, back to normal, and it is going to get crazy. And so we just want to help you feel prepared. So, what better way than to spark some ideas for sales strategies and promotions that you can do. So today we're going to promote, or we're going to talk about 8 ideas that we'll present here today, and a bonus too. So it's not a lot, this is just going to be a shorter, unless Scott and I get talking, which we do. It does happen. It'll probably be like 30 minutes, 30, 40 minutes. And then of course, feel free if there's any questions, we can answer those as well. But this will be recorded as well. I promise you, I can see the button blinking right now. It's recording. So I will have this on YouTube in probably a couple hours. And then I'm also going to put out in the article on academy.travify.com. I'll list out everything we talked about. So if you just want to skim it through, you can do that too. So go to academy.travify.com after this to get all that information.
And just to go off of what Stephanie said, it's not going to be a crazy long marathon webinar. If you're familiar with blog articles or website articles out there that are called listicles, they're just lists of ideas and things like that. We always want to help pull ideas from customers that we talk to, colleagues in the industry, and try to collect those and share best practices, share inspiration, share ideas, because who doesn't want some good ideas to inspire them and give them some new ideas for new tactics, new opportunities out there in the industry, because things are changing. So the more ideas you have to navigate those changes, the better. So really, this is just ideas to give you food for thought over the next several months, just to energize and propel you into the impending travel boom that will be coming over months. It'll be kind of a slow ramp up here for the next few months, but lots of opportunities ahead of you.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what's so exciting about this, and hopefully it sparks some ideas in there. And on that note, let's do this because I'm excited. Let's dive in. Okay, you ready? We need to do it. I need to make some sound effects, some drum rolls. There we go. There it is. Number 1, idea 1. Okay, so the first one is create a one-of-a-kind experience. Now, what do we mean by that? Well, the thing is you are in one heck of a position where you can easily create one-of-a-kind travel experiences that people wouldn't even think of and, couldn't necessarily do on their own either. So you can do things like collaborate with a supplier or a BDM and create a package that, clients can't get anywhere else. So really simple, straightforward.
Absolutely. There's so much expertise that you all can offer outside of just a straightforward all-inclusive vacation of an amazing resort and a nice relaxing stay. There's so much more that you can offer to customers as ways to package things together in unique ways. For many of you, you've been to certain destinations so many times, you've developed relationships, specific guides, specific operators down in those areas. Have a conversation with them, tell them what you're thinking about, and ask them, are there certain products, certain experiences that I could partner with you to get a more discounted rate, but I'm pushing this business directly to you for this. But then as you package this together to create this really unique experience, whether it's literally a domestic trip, like a Willamette Valley, Napa, Sonoma, etc., but that you're combining different things that it would take someone a lot of work to go out and book that themselves. you don't have to give away all the details in the marketing process, but you can start to package things together in a very unique way that it's even more compelling for clients that are busy and don't have 20 hours to research things, want the level of service and expertise that an advisor can offer, but a very unique experience along the way that they can't just go off and book online somewhere. So really think through those and leverage the relationships that you have. Every conference that I go to is just at shout out to the Travel Quest Network, Joshua Harrell and some of their team put together a really fantastic conference. But one of the things I was reminded of, because it was my first live conference I've been to since COVID, one of the things I was reminded of is the shared interest that your BDMs have in your success. So leverage those relationships, set up calls, set up a Zoom meeting with your BDMs just to talk to them about some of your ideas. Good BDMs are going to want to be a part of that conversation and talk to you about that because they have shared interest in helping you be effective in sales because that makes them effective in sales as well in turn. So don't be afraid to ask for their time and leverage those relationships.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Leverage them. And yeah, it's a win-win for both sides and all that fun stuff. So love that. And also I have to say, Scott, I can tell what's on your mind with the Napa Valley idea.
Yeah. If you can tell where we're headed for vacation, yes. We will be trying some wineries and vineyards out there. So
awesome. Okay. So that's the first one. So that's just to get our toes wet there. Now let's get the second one. Here we go. Okay. Partner with a nonprofit. This one is really cool because you're giving back to the community. So you're helping to give back to the community while at the same time getting people excited for travel. So what you could do is, let's say you can find a fundraiser or a charity that you love and offer maybe the top 5 participants, $100, $250 booking credit towards a specific package. But what's great is you control the package and what it's good towards. So of course, one thing to note is this could look different for each advisor and of money amount or eligible products. But once again, talk with your closest BDMs, share those promotion ideas, and just ask what suggestions, packages would work best for something like that.
Yeah. And a few really important things on this, because on a lot of these ideas we're going to give you, it's going to look different for each of you based off of what types of products you sell, what types of destinations you sell, what suppliers you work with, but also inherently, your business better than anyone else. So be thinking about with this, you don't have to offer booking credits on anything under the sun. It can be on very specific packages that allow you to increase the dollar value and the perceived value of that booking credit because you know what it's eligible on. You're going to make that back tenfold, depending on whatever it is. So be thinking about that. Also think about, talking to your BDMs with those ideas of seeing what they would suggest. If they know of any promotions or any products coming up that they have the margin latitude to work with you on that in there. But especially right now, thinking about roll the clock back 15, 18 months, we all thought this whole thing would be over, but it's still dragging on a little bit. We're headed in the right direction. Destinations are opening up, and that more people are feeling more and more positive, even despite the Delta variant and stuff. Things are headed in the right direction. Having said that, not everyone is quite ready to travel yet. So booking credits are a great way to get them locked in, get ideas and conversations going with clients. But also it's a great way to stay in front of clients without having to directly sell right now. You can show that you care about your community. You can show that you care about certain causes and be in front of them and give yourself a reason to stay in front of them, promoting that. Maybe you're asking people to sponsor your own mileage challenge or something like that for walking or running, and that you're raising money for that, or that you're doing something else. Maybe it's a canned food drive or a clothing drive or something of that nature. Backpack packing, fundraiser for schools, things of like that have a lot of really great social capital for a lack of a better term, and just shows your business has a heart and you care about the community that you're a part of, and pragmatically, in a honestly a self-serving way, gets you in front of clients, helps you stay top of mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are really good ideas. Oops, I got a little quick there. So the third idea here, and I thought about this at the beginning when we were talking about how much we love fall. I thought about this slide. Can you tell it's my favorite season? Get festive and seasonal.
Yeah. Little known fact, go back to the last slide. If you ever chat with Haley from our team, her family owns a melon and pumpkin farm in central Nebraska. So if you're ever traveling through Nebraska or shopping grocery stores, you might be eating a Helgath melon. But anyways, love this. Sorry, I will not interrupt you now.
That is great. That is a great tip. Oh my gosh, Haley's going to be like, what the heck did you guys tell everybody?
Their sales are just going to go through the roof now that we plugged them on a webinar.
No, it's so awesome. Yeah. So we'll have probably a pumpkin carving contest that we'll ask everybody to vote on later. Just saying. So get festive, fall time. So that's just right now though. But again, you can think about these as the seasons go on. But the cool thing is marketing data has proven that timely themed promotions just work better than generic promotions. So think of ways to tie that in. So some examples that automatically come to our head, I mean, because we're in Nebraska, I think is football tailgates and pumpkin patches, but also specific holidays or seasons. I mean, there's a lot you could do with this one.
Yeah, there's a ton. I've been in marketing for a longer than I care to admit, but with marketing, if you've been in marketing, you've read a lot of the studies and the data on it. Themed promotions literally work better than non-themed, non-branded promotions. So specifically, if you had a holiday promotion focused around a specific holiday, whether it's 4th of July, whether it's Christmas, New Year's, whatever it might be, those themed and seasonal promotions work better than if you just had a sale, just an unnamed promotion. So think about that, of how that works. Like I was helping my wife, she helps with our PTA at school, and they have parents' night out, but we chose to make it a themed kind of tailgate oriented, fall themed tailgate oriented event, just because it does get more traction because it's more specific that way. So try to think about that. Look ahead in the calendar. What are holidays that you really enjoy or you love being a part of, or that are really resonate well with your community locally, and try to build off that.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. And again, I mean, there's always a season, and I mean, obviously, and then, but festivities coming up all the time. So yeah, keep always thinking about that. So kind of in the same vein. So the second one, plan for Black Friday, because it is almost here, which is insane.
It's coming up.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. This year's already ending in the next few months. And so it's crazy. So definitely start planning for that, because, local businesses, you probably see a lot of times, they get a perk of the riding the wave. And especially right now, where it's very important more than ever to support local and support, those other businesses. And so why not you? Why can't you be one of those businesses? So people are just always, of course, naturally looking for deals, unique ideas around this time. So it's a great time to showcase, all the experiences that you offer.
Yeah. So this is a little bit where it's kind of counterintuitive. So a lot of businesses would say, well, it's so hard to cut through the noise during Black Friday promotions. On the flip side, you have every business in the world now, practically, that's a little exaggeration. So I apologize if you're from outside the US and Canada, you're like, Scott doesn't know what he's talking about. But especially in the US and Canada, but I've seen this growing in traction worldwide, that companies everywhere are spending lots of money to promote Black Friday and Cyber Monday. You can capitalize off that because you don't have to promote the idea of a sales or promotion. As Stephanie mentioned, people are naturally already inclined to be looking for deals and are literally going out on the internet and on the web and on social media to find promotions or be watching for it. And they're already, many instances, tuned in to purchase things. They're already in buying mode for fourth quarter and stuff. So capitalize on that and think about if there are certain group cruises, all-inclusives, packages, promotions that you're hearing about from any of your suppliers that you work with heavily, or that you want to promote. Maybe you're planning a group cruise, in the future. That's a great time to really push it hard and promote it and sell into that group space quite a bit in a very short period of time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and also just with it being the end of the year, it also will be an easy way for people. They're going to naturally also be thinking about 2022, right?
And
Yeah, that's what year we're in.
trust me, what we're seeing at Travefy, we're talking to advisors and tour operators, DMCs worldwide. People are sitting on and waiting to book trips. They're literally sitting on money and they're waiting to book trips. So give them the opportunity to book that trip. Give them something great to really get excited about and look forward to.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, it's exciting to see all that. Um, but this one, okay, this is my personal favorite one because it's FOMO, fear of missing out, and social proof. This one's super cool because have you ever thought about just sharing a trip once a client books it to showcase just not only your services, but build a little fear of missing out? If you haven't, you definitely should. And I'm not going to take this one from Scott. I'm going to let you talk about this, how you have examples of this.
Yeah. No, this is a great one. And I would encourage you to think about this of building this into your regular social media and marketing tactics. So I was chatting with an agent. We've seen agents do this for quite a bit of time. But I was chatting with an agent literally a few weeks ago that was telling me that they would book a trip for a client. And then in Travefy, they would take that trip, copy it, remove out the client information for privacy purposes, and then literally just take that trip and share it on social media. Like even if it's not perfect for marketing purposes, just shows here's this amazing trip. And the agent would just go on and say, hey, just booked this trip for my client. I'm so excited for them. They've got such a great experience ahead of them. And then the audience members of that agent are seeing that in social media because they're just sharing that trip and the commentary to it, clicking on the trip, viewing it. And the agent literally told me that afternoon, I just started getting inquiries for that same type of trip. That is just free leads because he shared a trip on social media that someone had booked. Because then for his audience, they're getting social proof. This guy or this travel advisor knows what he or she is talking about and can do it. You're showcasing the quality without having to sell yourself because the customer already booked it. You're just sharing like how excited you are for it. But also is just another way to continually stay in front of your audience. And frequently we will hear agents talk about just exhaustion of trying to find what should I post on social media. Well, the trips that your clients book are a great example of something to produce because you're making incredible works of art within those itineraries. Share it on social media and get every drop you can out of it. Just squeeze every single drop out of that, and it's a huge and easy tactic.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And there's already a ton of people in here who are like, oh, I love that idea. What a good idea. And the other thing I'll add on to that is that the person who booked the trip, if I were the person traveling, I would share that too to my audience. I mean, I'm sure they would want to, and so there's another thing there too. One thing that I did want to show really quick, because there's a couple people asking how you do this in Travefy. I'm going to quickly just show you because it's really easy. All you do is, here's my Travefy account. And let's say that this Cancun trip example is one, or Smith family vacation. And all you do is simply just press the copy button. And then you'll see a copied version of that trip come in. And then once that comes in, you can see here at the top, just edit it. And then you can go and remove any personal information, confirmation, whatever you need, pricing. And then you can either just preview it and then literally just pull the link at the top, the travify.com/trip. That's all you need. So you can also get that in the trip builder too, and you can copy it from there. But that's all you need. And then just paste it into like a Facebook post. And Travefy actually formats it really nicely. So it'll look like, it'll have the picture of, or it'll have the name of the trip and the picture of the trip in there. And it'll just look really nice. And it's so super simple to do, to share that in there.
Yeah, and a few other questions that came in along those same lines of, what should you share, what should you not? Feel free to remove out anything that you feel like is your expertise or your secret sauce that you don't want to give out on a widespread basis. of like Jamie gave the example of like, I have kind of my tips and tricks that I share with clients that I don't really want to like give out there to everyone because it's some of the value I provide in the booking experience. Totally makes sense. Anything that's not relevant to share out there, just delete that out of the trip, out of the copied version, so that you can kind of hold on to that. The main purpose is showing the experience of the trip and communicating that to your audience out there without having to like just go out and say, hey, look at me on social media. It's no, look at this incredible experience that this client just booked with me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Especially, yeah, it's all those trips and yeah, and you can decide too what works and you can also create if you have like a tips and tricks, you could remove out all the stuff in like an event and then just say, must book with me to see or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
keeps them on the toes, thing. Yeah, so that one is super awesome. I love that one. Now the next one, idea number 6 is to create company incentives or prizes. So this is another one. And I know a lot of advisors, I've talked to some who do this a lot, where they partner with local companies to offer, anything from booking credits as prizes or rewards for their employee contest, wellness programs. I mean, endless things. But another thing is, because I thought of this, what Scott was talking about sabbaticals with Travefy, is that you can partner. A lot of companies actually are starting to do things like that, where they're offering, sabbaticals or incentive travel, like sales if you hit goals, things like that. So definitely partner with them and offer those special credits or opportunities with them.
Yeah, it's a definitely emerging opportunity because with the shift of focus for a lot of companies, even despite COVID, of wanting to focus on work-life balance, wellness, et cetera, there's a lot of opportunity here. A previous company I was at, it was a large publicly traded company that I worked for. Wellness was a massive part of what they would push with their with employees for many different reasons, not employee well-being, but also literal insurance costs. That the better the employees take care of themselves, the less expensive it is for the company to offer health insurance for the entire company, things like that. But in that process, their wellness program was incredible. And so they would always be offering rewards and incentives for hitting certain targets or achievements in the wellness program. That this is one of those great ways to be able to do that. We have lots of incentive-based travel companies that work with Travefy to produce itineraries that when sales teams hit certain sales goals and things like that, they earn trips. Well, you can adapt that and back that into other ways. And this idea came from, I'll give you a very short story. My daughter, she's 7. She did a summer reading program here in Omaha through the Omaha Public Library. Well, if you hit 600 minutes of reading over the summer, you get free tickets to a minor league baseball game here in Omaha. And so then she got tickets for the whole family just for her reading. So we all go to the ballpark to that. And then it just hit me. This is the most brilliant marketing freaking ever. They just got my entire family to come to the ballpark. And now we're buying $8 hot dogs and $7 lemonades. And my daughter read, the entire summer out of it. And I was like, how does this adapt to other areas? Like, how could the travel industry use this? And like, this makes total sense. If you could set up incentives with certain companies that you have alignments with. A lot of agents that I chat with are members of their local business chamber. That's a great way to start networking and sharing, these types of services or promotions with them, because you could try to package a lot of this for any of their incentives that they do, whether the company's paying for it or maybe they're just booking credits and rewards that you can give away to those people involved in the wellness program. And yes, Wesley just mentioned storm chasers. Anyways, really, really cool options within there. And it then develops long-term relationships with those companies that then turn into long-term relationships and repeat bookings with those clients. Because in many instances, those clients that may have booked through an incentive or wellness program are going to come back to you for their own personal trips.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Yeah, that's a great story. What a good deal for them. And that's coming from this marketing guru over here, Scott. And even he say that's a good idea. Really
I loved
good.
it. It was brilliant. It was brilliant.
Yeah, so good. Okay, so this one, I mean, this one's a little similar almost, but a little bit different into a different specific
different experience, different angle.
Yeah, different experience here is partnering with a local restaurant or winery, because here's the thing: you can partner with them, host a special trip with them, for individuals or groups, whether it's like brewery, winery, or type of food. I mean, it's so easy to craft trips just around that type of thing. And the other thing that you could do is you can also host the event there, just to pitch the travel package, and work with them. So there's many different ways that you can do that too.
Yeah, a lot of different ways you can spin this. There's a local wine and spirit store here in Omaha that has great local following. And for example, like you could do a distillery tasting trip to Kentucky. Like the benefit of this aspect, this idea, is that it caters perfectly to domestic travel right now. That it's much easier to sell a domestic trip sometime in the next 6 months versus an international trip. So for a lot of those clients that are not quite ready to travel internationally, this is a great way to be able to do that. And you could still keep it into a small to medium-sized group. You don't have to blow it up huge with 50 people or 100 people, but you could keep it smaller. And for a lot of these local restaurants or spirit stores, wineries, et cetera, they're looking for ways also to be able to offer different types of experiences that help enrich their brand, get traffic into their retail location. So it can be a great partnership. So also think about in this context, what are things that you are naturally passionate about, or that you would feel like just right at home doing it. I love bourbon. I would love to go on a distillery tour. Stephanie is a self-proclaimed wine expert that has been on the local news.
He'll be the wine expert in a couple weeks.
But those types of things that think about what would come naturally to you and try to orchestrate around that, things that fit, into your natural kind of preferences and passions.
Yeah, well, especially with the restaurants too, because I think I've seen that actually locally around here, like an Italian restaurant doing, trip to Italy, and then you get behind the scenes things, and I mean, it's just really cool. It's so many ideas there. That's really awesome.
Definitely.
So number 8. So this is our last one, but there might be something else. Idea number 8 is really the most simple, but a lot of times might be forgotten very easily, as offering upsells as the promotion hook. So you don't immediately, need to gravitate toward discounts. Instead, just offer upsells like, excursions, spa credits, or any other options. That's just an incentive to book during a promotion. So once again, as we were saying before, is just work with your BDMs or resorts or reps just to learn more about offers that they can work with you on. And then that way you're not losing out on anything. You're just adding value to it.
Yeah. A lot of times as marketers or salespeople are thinking through promotions, you immediately gravitate towards discounting, and that is the primary hook for promotions. Although effective and very easy for customers and clients to wrap their heads around, it's not always the most effective, because now in many instances, you're selling out of your own pocket. That's a common theme within the travel industry, is don't sell out of your own pocket, in terms of like what you are giving away is the money that's coming out that you would be gaining in commission. So don't necessarily do that, but look for cues from some of your suppliers, like I'm not calling this out as a preferred supplier, just as an example, like Norwegian. This is a primary example of what they're doing with promotions, of like the free at sea type of promotions, of like free Wi-Fi, beverage packages and things like that. Those are ancillaries. Those are upsell opportunities that they're now giving away for free just because you booked with them. So talk to your suppliers, talk to your BDMs, talk to tour operators, to see how you can orchestrate something like this if you're sending business to them, of getting certain volumes of things at a discounted rate, or certain numbers free if you book so many tickets with them, things like this, and offer that as the upsell. This also emphasizes the experience, the experiential part of the trip, versus just the hotel room or just the resort room, but what are the other things that you're getting with this? So it really emphasizes the experience that way.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, and Nelson said, great point. Yeah, because it's something, and I know a lot of people naturally already do this, but it's definitely something to never forget. Where can you add that value?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Um, so one last one here. I threw this in as a bonus because as I was saying at the very beginning, Travefy Academy usually does not touch on Travefy as a product. We try to, we do different things, but I couldn't resist on this one because Travefy, for those of you who use Travefy, you're probably familiar with the website builder that comes part of your subscription. And a lot of people decide, like they kind of like, I already have a website. I don't really need this. But it's so amazing because this is where you can market trips at. So it kind of goes in what we were talking about, the one where you're creating social proof and FOMO. This is a great place to do that because so in Travefy, so it's basically a landing page. And oh yeah, Michelle said, I need to set mine up. Yes, because it's really awesome. It's super easy to use. Just to show you what this looks like, I'm going to go into, I had this ready to be pulled up because I just want to show you how easy this is. So in the website builder, there's different themes that you can choose and you can customize. So mine's pretty basic. There's not too much in here yet. But you can make this as simple as you want or really add lots of information in here. So it's up to you. But one of the things that you can do in here is you can add, you can pull trips that you've created into Travefy and market them, pull them in here because we have what's called like a card gallery. And all you do, you can see these ones that I have right in here. All you do is just say like add a card or I can edit this one. And I'm importing this from Travefy and it's pulling from my trip list. And so that's how I'm adding these. And then what happens when you're sharing this? So like, let's just preview it here really quick. This one right here. If someone were visiting this, I could say view trip. And then they're viewing that trip now. And then the great thing is they'll view everything. You can add your photos and videos. And then if they're interested, they can contact you. So you could create a section that's like just booked maybe, or like label it just booked at the top and then put in, where you copy. And so we were just talking about where you can remove out any personal information. It's so simple to do. And then the other great thing is, like I said, there's a ton of branding that you can do in there. You can also domain mask the website so that it doesn't say travify.com. It'll say yourdomain.com. It's totally free to do. So I just want to throw that out there because it's really easy. And again, another great layer even on your already existing website and just to keep on your social media accounts.
This is really cool because when we first launched it in its original form, it was a marketing profile page, but we've added a lot of functionality into it. But even back then, I think Stephanie and I were chatting with this agent. You may not remember it, Stephanie, but I thought it was like mind-blowing cool. I was talking with him and he said, oh yeah, I already have a great website through my host agency. Well, what I actually do is I use Travefy's website builder or the land as a marketing landing page. And so I put all of my current packages, all the cruises I'm promoting, all of the promotions and things like that. I'm putting that into that. And then that's what I'm sharing on social media. That's what I'm putting into my email marketing and getting out there because I can just really quickly update it every week. I'm like, that's brilliant. That's a great way to use that. And it doesn't take you, hours to update your website to do that.
Yeah, that's the other part about it. The other side of it is how simple it is to use and how easy, it's not, you don't have to do any coding or go, some of that stuff gets really confusing. So this is very easy, very simple. So really cool. Had to throw that one out there. And also I want to answer a question here too. Lorraine had asked, she had started a Travefy account a while ago and interested in checking it out. If any of you do want to go, you can go to travify.com and start a free trial. If you had one previously, just email us at professional@travify.com and we can get you set back up or do demos, trainings, all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, there's so many. Hannah said, that's really brilliant. I love that. And Nelson asked you, how do you combine this with an existing website? Easy. What you could do is it just lives on its own, but then you can link it together. There's ways you can put buttons like external links and things like that. So really, really simple. But with all of that though, this was, everything there. That was all of our tips. And I hope it was really helpful and, got you thinking and some ideas. And if there's any questions too, feel free to email us at academy@travify.com. And like I said too at the beginning, just give me a couple hours and I'll get this on YouTube and then I'll have it listed out on the website. So if you want to share it or check it out again, you definitely can. But that's all I have. Scott, was there anything else that I'm missing? Oh,
no, just the beat. No, the only thing that I want to mention, we've got sales workshop coming out in October. Stephanie's going to be shooting some information out for that. So watch for that. Lots of good stuff coming your way.
Yeah, cannot wait. Awesome. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining us here today. This was really fun. Thank you, Scott. Enjoy your sabbatical, Scott. We will see you in a couple weeks back on webinars.
If I had a mic, I would drop it right now. But
yeah,
Scott out. Happy Friday, everyone. Thanks for joining.
See ya.